It was time for an oil change on the John Deere 6010 tractor, and it has the forest attachments with skid plates under it, so access to the engine and the oil pan is quite limited. We have done it in this way in the past, but last few oil changes we have dropped the plate. We have had some kind of gutter in the past, and I think we used aluminum foil to direct it down to an opening in the skid plate. It does not have anything that you can open really below the drain plug. I think my dad drilled the holes on the side here at some point. They did not even have any access to doing the service with this add-on for forest use for the agricultural tractor. But you can get an extension in there and just have one of those wobbly head with angles on it that it's not straight. You can undo the plug. The drain is not super wide, so I held the plug in place to limit the flow for a while until it had slowed down a little and I could remove the plug. And it's a little tricky because it's kind of a small gap getting it out. You have to stick your finger in there and kind of be able to get the plug off the extensions. It's good you have telescopic magnets. They are get used more later. Remove the panel on the side. The oil filter is quite easy access. I like when they have them upright so you can kind of lift it out sideways and not spill too much. Some machines have it kind of stuck on horizontally, not vertically, like the forest machines. That's kind of stupid if you ask me. But with the new filter pre-filled with some fresh oil, it was tightened in place. The new filter is actually a little bit shorter than the old one, so it's even easier to have a little more room at the bottom to get it in and out. So new washer, the plug, I tried it first with the extension to try to get it back in place. I can't remember how we did this in the past because we have done it, but it's been many years ago. And even if I could fit it onto the extension, I couldn't get the thread to start grabbing on, so I resorted to the telescopic magnet, and with that one, the plug held on there. I could get it in there and start rotating it. Eventually I was able to get the threads to start grabbing, and once it had started I could just use that extension again and tighten it the rest of the way in. And then it was torqued to specification, tightened up nice and good. I ran out of power before the click happened. And this time I marked the drain I had made, and I drilled a small hole in the corner so I could hang it on the wall for future use. Hammered the nail in, and the question is if I will remember that I have it when it's time for the next oil change. Who knows? And then it was time to fill it up with fresh oil again, and then the cabin got a good clean, brushed out the worst of the muck, and then the vacuum came out. I will tackle the fuel pump next, the feed pump, because we have had kind of an erratic RPM here and there. It kind of goes up in RPM, and the suggestion was that either the filter in the tank is clogged or it's the feed pump. It uses an electric feed pump that is kind of a weak point on these tractors apparently, even if mine seem to have survived for 23 years and 4,500 hours.